We're here in Baltic Brands 2019, and here's my friend and guest from Lithuania, Paulius Grežėnas from Adform. At first, congratulations on the panel, but those questions are like old as earth, you know. And what are we still selling? What agencies? What are we doing? How is it changing?
You mean performance marketing as a whole?
Absolutely.
I think like the whole concept of it is slightly skewed because it completely depends on the perception of like who's the one that's doing marketing, right? So as I've mentioned, like Coca-Cola has one agenda, and then let's take any sort of e-commerce client, they have a completely different agenda. So we first need to identify, so what is performance marketing as a whole, and only then can we identify like how do we scale and how do we see like what's performance marketing for one guy and what's performance marketing for the other guy, because that's completely different. The term might be the same, but then like the concept is going to be completely different.
Yeah, but then you get like 1,000 performance marketings. You go out there, it's like
exactly.
It's
never easy.
What about agencies then? Can one agency like supply all the performance marketings the other part needs?
It depends on how big the agency is, because if you look at how agencies are built, so usually in some agencies you're going to have creative people like who do all the banners and stuff within the same agency. Then you're going to have people who do the performance stuff. You're going to have people who do search stuff, social stuff, and so on and so forth and so forth. We have agencies back at home that have like 70 people working just on that. So a massive undertaking needs to be done. But what we are seeing is actually companies taking in that knowledge in-house. Because the problem is that if they stop working with that agency, or if another agency, say, wins a pitch or something, then all that knowledge is lost. So companies want to keep that knowledge within them. So what we're seeing is, again, like as an example, companies either start building everything from the ground up, or they hire a person who oversees the agencies and takes all that knowledge in.
As to this process, how can you comment on Baltic states? Do we have that knowledge? Do we have that know-how in a bigger scale?
If we compare to global, we are lagging behind, and we are lagging behind severely in terms of what we can do with, for example, digital out of home, right? So I mentioned Italy. What the possibility is with Italy. So you see a banner outside, and usually it's going to be a screen. And the possibilities in Italy is you can sit by your desk, not contact anybody, make a few clicks, your banner appears there. We can't do that in Baltics here.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Thank you. And what are your suggestions for the future to agencies and anybody who sells it out?
I guess like the main message still remains, don't forget why you're doing what you're doing. Like that's the whole idea, because you see a lot of shifts. Like you know at the very beginning what you're trying to achieve, and then you start getting into it, and then you lose track. So the most important thing is just don't forget what it's all about.